Okay, this is going to be a brief introduction for you of the Alvin York assignment for today, where you're going to be learning about him, doing some quick analysis things. He was a recipient of the Medal of Honor, the highest award that can be earned for U.S. military history. Now, these are the steps that you would do, and you would do them in order to do this most effectively, but I'm going to actually not keep jumping back and forth from this slide to them. I'm simply going to go in and show you the important parts one by one. But you see, the first part is you read definitions on slides 4 and 5, just to start centering yourself, and the learning targets on slide number 2. And the biggest thing for you to get from the learning targets is that you are indeed focusing on investigating, critical thinking, and communication skills. So the Medal of Honor, there you see, and you can see it focuses on bravery. And I probably should have also highlighted, or bolded rather, the risk of life above and beyond, more than what's expected. And you see here a couple of memes, I do like memes, and the definition of bravery, because you're going to need to be comparing back to this understanding to do some of the activities. And the first thing you do is right here, where you read this short little account of who Alvin York was, and you list 3 things the story tells you about him. And you go to slide 7 and you read these old newspaper clippings from right after he died, and you list 3 things that these tell you about him. Then you go to slide 8 and you look at these pictures of him, give you captions, and you list 3 things. You got to think about what they show you now. These show you about him. And then the most fun part is the 1941, so a little bit before World War II started for us. World War II was already going, but we weren't involved in it when this movie was made. Very famous actor, Gary Cooper, who was portraying Alvin York. And this is the scene that shows you what one of the stories you already read describes about him. You list 3 things. Then you come to the reflection survey, and yeah, you do have to do the reflection survey. Like always, your first and last name, the period you have history, and then in what ways did Alvin York demonstrate bravery? Why do you think that? Go ahead and write a paragraph. That's the communication part you're working on. If you want, obviously it's not required at this point, but it would give you practice. Is what your parents want you to do, right? And then this thing here, this is kind of fun. It's Alvin York's draft card. Now, some of it is written in cursive, so if you don't know how to read cursive, you might want to ask your parents to help you on that. But this really kind of is what we're talking about.